Hello, I am Ethan.
Hello, I am Ethan. I'm Jason.
Oh, brilliant. And we're a couple in a long distance relationship who you know, like fun facts. We like talking utter rubbish. So we thought we'd record ourselves talking this utter rubbish. Hopefully someone will listen to it and think, man, at least I'm not these two.
Or maybe they want to be us. Who knows? We can be nice.
Well, I figure to be fair, there are worse people to be than us, but you know how it goes.
Yeah, Stalin,
So, yeah.
Hitler, that one bitch who was mean to me in almost all of elementary school.
Yeah, fun.
Do we have to have a disclaimer now?
What's the disclaimer?
I don't know. About our use of curses?
Oh yeah, we're very sweary boys, so if you're not down with sweary boys, you can fuck off.
Oh no.
But yeah. Do you have a fun fact or a topic to share with us, Jason?
I have a fun fact that I got from a friend of mine. I have Turkish delights that I got at the grocery store and love them to pieces, but she'd never had one, so I let her have one. And she looked at me and she just bewilderedly said, "And this is what a young boy in the Chronicles of Narnia was willing to sell his family out for."
To be fair, depending on the flavour of Turkish delight, I totally dog their family in for. Like, I know there's Stan that does this really nice apple flavour. It's gorgeous. I'd sell me own mother for a little square of that.
I mean, at least ask for a box at that point.
And a box would probably be my cats. They'd probably have to ask my cats for a whole box.
I don't know how to respond to that other than a little bit of abject horror. Considering my family relations, I still am reacting in abject horror, so good job.
Well, in fairness, it is really good Turkish delight.
Not fairness to your mother.
Well, I'm sure she'd understand, because, again, it is really bloody good Turkish delight.
Got me just trying not to roll around on my bed, just laughing my ass off.
Has that ever actually happened? Have you ever laughed so hard that your bum went flying out and bounced down the street?
I mean, no, but that's mostly because I don't think it has the capacity. It's lazier than I am.
Jesus Christ, you and your lazy bloody bum.
I know.
Okay. I don't know how to respond.
Well, I mean, now we're probably both on the same footing, because I didn't know how to deal with your earlier comment. And you remember how terrible I was when your dad just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, he seriously asked if my dad was dying. He thought that there was no other reason I'd want to say hi to my dad.
I mean, you know, people got problems. I don't know what to tell you. Although, my dad has made amazing strides since that time.
Oh, yeah?
We were having a conversation just the last week, and he actively researched something to bring up to the conversation on a topic he was both not familiar with and knew I liked, which is the first time that has ever happened to me by both parents.
I approve.
So, it was nice.
That's really sweet.
I thought so. But sentimentality of family aside, I don't think we want to actually talk about our families. Not that they're not lovely people at this point, but that will make
but
it.
That is really good Turkish delight, I will say that.
Yes, turns out Turkish delights, sell your family out for them.
Yeah, especially if it's a Fry's Turkish delight chocolate bar. Those things are the second best chocolate. I mean,
I've never had a chocolate bar, so.
yeah. So I've got a fun fact. Earlier today, I was listening to a podcast about Oscar de la Vanga. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but honestly, fuck him, because he was evil by the standards of the Nazi Party.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that should tell you something. And, like, his unit was basically the murdering civilian specialty unit, and he did that all throughout Poland. And when he got arrested after World War II ended, he ended up being thrown into a prison that was run by the Polish resistance. So
that sounds like some good just desserts.
Yeah, some good desserts worth selling your own mother out for.
I'd just sell him out for him.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say.
Sell your family out for Turkish delights?
Don't be a dick.
I mean, mine sounds easier.
Well. So.
Oops.
Have you watched any new movies recently?
I actually did. I mean, not new by the standards of, recent. Well, I guess it might be recent, but new by the standards of how little movies I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Order of Ungentlemanly Warfare, I believe.
World War II related.
Yeah.
Also gay.
I mean, I do love a Henry Cavill in anything. And the guy from Reacher was in it too, so. Yeah, both of them at the same time. And, handsome little arsonist Asian boy and, scrappy extra pair of lads in the mix. And then, for whatever reason, there was supposedly a romance part to this movie that never seemed to see the screen time at all, which I'm like, okay.
And then there's just me sitting off to the side, ugly crying.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what you're doing while you're watching these.
Well, you're apparently marrying Henry Cavill, so.
I mean, after I marry you.
Yay!
Or before, who knows? We can do it all together.
All at the same time.
Exactly.
God.
Besides, we're men. We can get away with it. It's just women who can't marry anything.
Yay?
True. And historically accurate.
Well, the last movie I watched personally was Final Destination 5, because I'm a huge Final Destination fan, and the new one's coming out, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I remember you are very addicted to the Final Destinations.
Well, it was my first ever horror movie as a kid, My dad bought me the DVD after months of me whinging for it, and then he handed it to me, and I watched it in my bedroom. He was all like, "Okay, me and your mother will be downstairs if you get too scared." So.
Did you get too scared? Okay.
No, I loved it.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, last film I went to see at the cinema was Death of the Unicorn, which I thought it was hilarious and just kind of a really good movie. But I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes scores, and it wasn't the best received, shall we say. I think it got something like 56%.
This is kind of why I never go off of other people's ratings.
Well, if I'm playing Forspoken, oh. Actually, no, tell a lie. I played the demo of Forspoken, hated it, and then just cancelled my pre-order.
Yeah. I mean, it just is what it is at that point.
Forspoken is a terrible, terrible game. But I feel grateful that it being terrible and terrible saved me like 50 odd quid.
See? Sometimes terrible is a good thing.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
That's why the right wing wants to mine them all.
That would not surprise me in the slightest.
I know.
It's pretty weird seeing news come from your side of the pond. Like,
it's pretty weird seeing the news from my side. All of it sounds like a bad Reddit post or some sort of problematic, like, work email.
What was it? Who's that bloke with the brain friend who's talking about autism or some such bollocks?
JFK Jr.?
Probably.
No, RFK.
JFK, RFK, PFK.
He's the son of some ex-president, and basically his daddy issues mean that we now have to deal with him for the rest of our lives. Or his life. It's going to be a short one. I mean, apparently a brain worm hasn't gotten rid of him, so I don't know how short, but...
Oh, God, there's a scary thought.
But he's in charge of all the health, so clearly he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, because nobody has ever put anyone incompetent in a position of power. I mean, you know, Matt Hancock was never the health minister.
I mean, I know so little about your guys' country, you could say anybody was minister of anything.
Okay, he was Minister of Health during the COVID kerfuffle. Lockdown was basically his idea, but while everyone else was in lockdown, not only were he and all his mates attending parties...
Oh yeah, you told me about that. He was not only attending parties, but he was having affairs, right?
Yeah, he was having it off with some girl like half his age. Poor girl.
I mean, you know, a lot of those who are looking for a sugar daddy already understand that.
But Matt Hancock, come on, man.
Again, sugar daddy does not necessarily mean good taste.
Our Prime Minister's being a dick, and that's after I thought voting Labour, a Labour government, would be a better idea than a Tory government. So, I voted for our current Prime Minister, and I'm so sorry for that.
I mean, you can never know how bad they're going to be until they start being bad, right?
I mean, yeah.
So, while I think it's problematic, what were your intentions for this one, you know? You thought it was going to be at least some sort of reform and good focus and, you know, changes for the better?
Yep. But I think everybody does. So.
I'm aware. Come on, we have a lot of people over here who are making people from your side apparently come over here with burner phones and extra passports so they can escape if necessary.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, clearly, problems are being had.
So wait, why are they coming over with burner phones and...
Because apparently America is now scrubbing visitors' phones for information about their personal takes on the president.
Why?
Because you can't be that man without a presidential level of insecurity.
Well, I love how this podcast has gone from Turkish Delight to,
I know, right? We can never let this one see the light of day.
No, we have to.
Well, sure.
I mean, Behind the Bastards goes from, Have you ever listened to Behind the Bastards?
No, but I'm assuming it's not about current stuff.
It sometimes is. They did a whole weeks long Andrew Tate special episodes.
Well,
because when he got arrested.
It happens.
But yeah, that's why we do this. We want other people to hear our opinions on Turkish Delight, movies, current events, and I'm playing this game called Avowed. It's on Game Pass. It's made by the same people who make The Outer Worlds, and it is the Skyrim what The Outer Worlds is to Fallout. Basically, Oblivion being all like, right, you've made a pretty good version. We're going to make an even better version. You know?
I mean, I get it. You want to have fun. All I know is that, my God, we're trying to take this whole place down as fast as possible.
Well, that's my thinking noise, by the way.
I mean, if you say so.
I was just thinking that if Lego gets any more expensive, then we'll have to sell more than just our families out to get a single brick. We'll have to sell the whole bloody street out.
It's really sad. I love Lego.
Yeah. I'm looking at my Lego D&D set right now. I named the dragon Brenda.
I mean, fair. Remember, Terraria had Bertha.
Oh god, I remember fuck all about Terraria. Frankly. I do remember the bee accidentally waking up the wasp queen. Or bee queen or whatever she was.
I'm like, yeah, just avoid doing anything in there and we'll be fine. Smash!
Ooh. Well, to be fair, if you put a smashable block in front of me, it's like putting a big red button in front of me with do not push on it. I'm gonna wanna push it.
I mean, I was gonna let you push it either way. I just wanted to be prepared.
Well, defend.
I mean,
I got nothing.
I know you don't, but we still beat the game, so.
Yeah, it's not like that's a difficult boss. Like, it's not like I don't know, pissed off Black Dragon Carlameet or whatever.
Well, either way, now we know we can ramble on forever, and hopefully somebody's gonna like us rambling on forever.
Well, I like to think we're pretty interesting. We've got pretty interesting takes on things, and now I shall stop sucking both our dicks. Also started replaying Bioshock 2 for like the 90th time. I know it's not considered the best one, but
I mean, I've only played Infinite.
I like all three Bioshock games. What can I say?
I mean, Infinite didn't have the like creepy horror angle so much, so that's why I could play it.
Except they brought back the creepy horror angle hard for the DLCs.
Yeah, which is why I never finished them.
So what was the last game you played?
I mean, technically speaking, the last game I've been playing is the Tarnished Grail, I believe. It's like Skyrim meets Camelot.
Oh yeah, and I know myself and all of our listeners have been waiting with bated breath for this question. Can you gay in it?
Technically speaking, I don't think you could do anything in it. Well, maybe not. I know you could probably seduce this one noble lady, but I haven't found any, like, real sexuality stuff in any of it.
Huh.
So, other than that one lady, it might not even have any.
Well, to be fair, Avowed and The Outer Worlds, which I was talking about earlier, they don't either. There is one quest in The Outer Worlds where you have one of your crewmen to get together with this girl she fancies, though, and that was really sweet.
Well, that's nice. No, this one is more about, like, fun, like, oh, I found... This is the only spoiler of the game, which is not a spoiler because it doesn't include the plot, but there's a one point where you find... In this game, they have undead people who have sometimes been just, like, trapped in a certain location, and no one seems to be, like, bothering them so long that they turn undead.
Right.
And you find this guy, and he's a very deranged chef who's been just trapped for a good long while, and finally become a culinary master eating sour herring and cheese.
To be fair, if you can make a decent meal out of just herrings and cheese, if you can make multiple decent meals out of herrings and cheese, you're onto something, because the only thing I can think of is just herring and a cheese sauce.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't want to make a decent meal. He wants to go so far into audacious that you loop around into thrilling.
And how does he propose to do that?
Well, that's what made him undead.
Okay.
By the game standards, the horrible delve into herring and cheese that he's done, sour herring and cheese, by the way, he's basically pickled himself, his food, and his taste buds.
Right.
So now he can only have, like, really fucked up meals and be, like, thrilled with it.
So, like, the strongness of the herrings and cheese burned out his taste buds, so now, you know, the world's spiciest curry only tastes like bloody oatmeal to him.
I guess, but the reward for that quest is that you get the only spell in the game that hurts you to use it.
Okay, what does it do? 'Cause I'm assuming it does something like really awesome to be worth it.
So far it does not seem that way. It is main use, because they have, like, main use and like, channeled use. The main use is that you sacrifice your own health to pull out a wad of cheese from your own bloodstream.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was just me. That was just me sitting there in some stunned silence for a beat. Because,
yeah, that's probably the most unique spell I've ever seen a game ever do. And then the other option is a very slow channeling ability, which, by the way, in all the channeling, if you mess up, it goes back to the regular cast. So if you mess this up, you stop channeling and go back to hurting yourself by pulling cheese out of your blood.
Okay.
So the main channeling ability is to slowly turn an opponent into cheese.
Yeah, this spell honestly doesn't sound like it was worth the bother.
It does. It really was not, by the looks of it. I may have stumbled onto something that's actually legit broken, but by the description of it and the fact that the enemies in this game, especially by the time I found the cheese spell, are a little bit nutso. So I did not really want to experiment with me self-sabotaging myself.
Yeah,
there's another one where instead of magic missile, it's like Merlin's merciless blades or something like that. Oh my god, that one's so good.
I mean, it better be with a name like Merlin's Merciless Blades.
Well, it's Merlin something, but I can't remember. But it's I basically summarized what it does. I know it's just got Merlin in the name.
I mean, if it was called Carrie's Crappy
Cider?
Boots, then... Oh, don't insult cider in front of me. I'd sell my own mother out for a can of Strongbow.
And I have the problems of my family, and yet I'm not willing to sell them out for a Turkish delight.
Well, to be fair, again, it is really good cider, in my defense.
All I know is your mom is just basically a meal ticket at this point. You're gonna get a Turkish delight, a cider, maybe a side of ribs or something, and then you should just be like, gone.
Oh, God, I do love ribs.
See? I knew it. I didn't even know you liked ribs.
Really?
We haven't really talked about food that much.
Well, this Chinese near me does these really good Peking wings and ribs. They're in, like, a Szechuan sauce, and they're so nice. It's like, I see why Rick and Morty fans were smashing up McDonald's to get their hands on this sauce.
I mean, they were smashing out McDonald's just because people are pissed off with McDonald's. They really didn't need a reason, but they found one.
To be fair, McDonald's did make a huge mistake, because if there's one group of fans you do not want to piss off, it's Rick and Morty fans.
It's true.
Yeah, they can get weird.
Weirder than Steven Universe fans.
Yeah. To be fair, I've never got around to finishing Steven Universe.
The only reason I say that is because Steven Universe fans had this whole moment where they rating bombed a poor hotel because of the stuff that went on in Steven Universe.
Yeah, but that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I've heard... I tend to avoid fandoms in general, but I've heard mouth-washing fans are pretty bad.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that one.
As in fans of the video game mouth-washing, not people who enjoy using mouthwash.
Luckily for you, I understood that.
Yeah, I was just explaining that for... Anyway, by the way, if anyone here hasn't played the game mouthwashing, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, anything to do with the plot, I will say just play mouthwashing. You'll thank me.
Even though he loves the game, can't stand the porn for it.
Yeah, imagine that.
I don't know if you're a real fan.
Yeah, as I say, I tend to avoid fandom. I tend to avoid fandom because, yeah, I feel like if I say, oh, I'm a Dark Souls fan, I'm a Warhammer fan, that carries certain connotations, especially Warhammer fans, because so there are some people who think the Imperium of Man are supposed to be the good guys, and
I thought the whole point of Warhammer was everyone's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some people think that some people actually want the future to be like 40k.
I mean, if we keep going the way we're going, it will be.
Oh, hippity ray.
Well, that's why you point that out, so that people will stop doing that, hopefully.
Yeah, but some people want the galaxy where arco-flagellation and penitent mechs are a thing to be an actual thing.
I know, hun, but here's the thing. We can just use them for the machine development that they want in their own ideal future. Win-win.
Well, I have a better idea. We could just not.
You're no fun.
Yeah, I know. I'm a real stick in the mud.
Here I am coming up with nice, lively, punishments for people. You're just like, maybe we shouldn't punish people.
Well, maybe there's stuff I wouldn't wish on Rose West.
And I don't even know who that is.
If you want nightmares tonight, look up Rose West.
No, I'm good. You know how bad my nightmares get.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna sit here in dumbfounded ignorance and be happy about it.
well, ignorance is bliss.
I know, and I'm very stupid and very happy.
Well, if you're stupid, then I've got a minus 70 IQ. I'm a very stupid animal. What's a stereotypically stupid animal?
Well, technically it's a lemming, but the only reason they're technically stupid is because in panic situations they follow other panicked lemmings. So, I don't know if we should really be using human standards on animals.
Didn't Disney also, deliberately herd lemmings off cliffs for...
I don't doubt it, but that sounds fucked up.
Yep, Disney has problems.
Well, they did try to sue... No, I don't think we should talk about Disney. They have lawyers forever.
Okay, we love Disney.
I mean, I do love most of their stuff. It's just some of their practices as, a corporation that are problematic.
I'm excited for Zootropolis too.
Oh, yeah, you and every other furry.
When I went to DC, I watched it both on the plane there and on the plane back. So...
I mean, I'm still thinking we should rehash this whole episode, but it is a good dummy at filter, even if we don't.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it as the box set special edition unaired episode. Episode 0.
Oh. Episode 0, they're still finding their feet.
Where's my feet? Oh my god, I can't find them.
Problem is, now you'll never be a winner.
Oh no. Well,
because you have seen defeat.
Actually, I didn't. I can't find mine.
Oh. So do you reckon Levi will be able to salvage this?
I mean, possibly. We'll see. If not,
Well,
we'll have to cut out everything with Disney, everything with the president.
yeah. But I think we've still got some entertaining content besides that. We'll just have to record another, like, if he has to cut out the stuff with the president and Disney, then we'll have to record some other stuff to go over it. But yeah, I think so far we've got good framework for a fairly decent first episode.
Yeah. And if not, we can just pause this and re-record something that doesn't include those hot topics.
Yeah. Oh, do I record an outro?
And that's when you're supposed to come in with and then we pause.
Well, I've been Ethan.
And I've still been here.
Yep. We're still here, and that's a good thing. And you're still here, and that's also a good thing. So if you ever feel sad, just remember that you being here is a good thing. Good night and sleep tight.